Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is, well, it's Wednesday. It is the 17th day of February. Today is National Random Acts of Kindness Day.
That's a good thing to
It is,
celebrate.
and it should be every day. You should do something nice.
It really should.
You should think of something nice that you and I can do for somebody, and then we'll do that when we get done here. How's that sound?
Sure.
You concoct some fun, wild, crazy thing. It's National Cabbage Day. What's your favorite way to eat cabbage? Coleslaw, you think?
Probably is the only
that?
way I can think of.
I like
to eat
sauerkraut
cabbage.
and I like coleslaw. I don't
like sauerkraut at all.
And it's Ash Wednesday today, so all of those things happening. And I'm super excited about my guest. I'm very excited to visit with him. He's a very, very funny comedian, so it's a hashtag comedy call with Dean Edwards. He's also been in movies and TV shows and other fun stuff, but he's a stand-up comic, and he's got a new comedy special that we're going to chat about. All of that is on the way. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new study claims that green tea may be the key to fighting cancer.
Really?
Yeah. And
I just had some green tea this morning.
That's why I was smiling, because I just a little bit ago I heard like the microwave door slamming around, and I was thinking, what are you making?
And I just ordered a tea kettle.
Did you order one?
I did.
We were talking about getting one.
Yeah.
So now, she's going to be so happy. We're going to have a tea kettle. We're going to be so cool. I'm going to read another study here. One poll survey found that American couples are running out of date night ideas during quarantine. So they're running out of things to watch. We have been watching a show called The Mentalist, which is how we started drinking tea. Because
He
every
always
scene,
has tea.
he's drinking tea.
And then I'm always thinking, gosh, that looks good.
Yeah, and I go, is this show sponsored by a tea company? All right, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. Now, addiction is no laughing matter, but every day we find something kind of interesting. It's typically kind of funny. And I want to make sure you understand, we're not making fun of the people. It's usually the silly thing they did. Right. Police in British Columbia, they caught an alleged drunk driver, and they posted about him on their Facebook page. Police say the man, quote, provided breathalyzer samples in excess of 3.5 times the legal limit.
Whoa.
The reason the Facebook post was shared was they said the driver didn't think they would breath test him due to COVID, but he was wrong.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, he was like, oh, hey, I can get away with anything because they're not even going to come close to me. Anyway, He was wrong. Man's vehicle is impounded, license revoked, facing criminal charges. That's a bad idea, but that's what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Suzanne Summers. What was the show that she was in? Three's Company? And many, many other things. But that's the one, I think, that where she...
And the Thigh Master
got
commercials.
So well known. Well, she was doing a little Facebook Live broadcast, and she was interrupted when a naked intruder broke into her home.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. So I'm glad to hear she's okay. But boy, wouldn't that be just a bizarre... To have anybody break in, but to have a naked intruder?
Yeah, that's a little bizarre.
I'm not sure what was going on. I don't know if I want to know much more. Disney has a new animated film, Raya and the Last Dragon. Their ad for this was seen a little over a week ago during the Super Bowl, showcased new footage from the family adventure. So a lot of folks super excited about that. And do I have time for it? I do. One more. Vanity Fair reports Meghan Markle is being offered several lucrative book deals. Would you read a book from Meghan Markle?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I
Well,
would not.
hopefully Heidi's not your audience. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. A Florida man is in the news because of his mugshot. It's gone viral because he's a Florida man. He was arrested at age 22, and he has a giant tattoo of the state of Florida on his face.
Oh.
I don't know why.
That's interesting.
I know. It is very interesting. But it doesn't make a ton of sense to me why you would do that. But he did do that. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a link to it if you want to read the details and get all. Maybe you'll understand why he did it, but it makes no sense to me. A Harvard professor claims that an alien spacecraft visited Earth in 2017 to scout our planet on behalf of another civilization. Now, I've been trying to line up an interview with this gentleman. I seriously have.
Okay.
I think it would be fascinating. And every time I mention it, Heidi does that right there. She laughs at me. So I wonder, folks, do you think that would be interesting to talk to him? I think it would. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe he's crazy. Maybe Heidi's crazy. McDonald's, they're testing a new app that would reward loyal customers with free food.
Oh my gosh, I would have so much free food.
I'm not sure how the whole thing works. I'm still learning the app thing. I don't have many apps.
Why would you want to reward your loyal customers? I mean, they're the ones giving you money every day. If you start giving them free food, who's paying your bills?
There you go. I never thought of that. It's like, you know what we need to do? We have all these people giving us money. We need to get them to stop giving us money. We should just give them food. And how long have you been here, sir? You new here? I don't think that's going to work.
Do you know how this works?
I don't know. I guess there's a story for that, too, if you want to check it out. I don't know. The Key West Airport has unveiled a new autonomous robot with a high-intensity coronavirus disinfecting light.
Okay.
So it would be a thing that would, like, go along and zap anything that could possibly have COVID on it, apparently.
Okay.
So if that works, that is really cool, and I hope it catches on everywhere so things maybe could get back to normal a little quicker if you could just zap a little light on something. A new video shows a massive brawl between teenagers at an Illinois trampoline park. So have you been to one of those, the trampoline park?
I have not. Those things, honestly, they terrify me.
Well, we have a brother-in-law who like banged up his leg really bad in one of those, and he's everything's fine now. But this brawl, I've never seen anything quite like this. There is a link to the video in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And one last story here. A Florida man avoided jail time after being accused. I'm sorry, not just being accused, but actually busting a window last week, throwing a rock through the window at a Wendy's because they stopped serving cinnamon. We talked about it when this happened. He did not have to go to jail.
Really?
So they arrested him, but he somehow didn't. Last time we talked about it, we mentioned that he was arrested, but he avoided jail time. So I'm not sure if the police were like, what? No Cinnabon? And they threw a rock through it too? Probably not, but you never know. I doubt that's what happened. Hey, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with our guest today, Mr. Dean Edwards. He's a stand-up comic, but you might also remember him from a couple of years on Saturday Night Live. He's been in a bunch of movies as well. We've got him on the phone right now. Hello, Mr. Edwards. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, John. Thanks for having me, man.
I'm excited to learn a little more about this. I see you're in the second season of the Emmy-nominated stand-up series, Tiffany Haddish Presents They Ready. It's out right now. How in the world did you get involved in this?
Yeah, man, it's Tiffany Haddish Presents Stay Ready, Season 2. I gotta say it like Tiffany says it because she has a sing-song thing to it. And, you know, when I got involved, she she reached out, man. I've known Tiffany for probably 2 decades since my SNL days, when I used to go out to LA a lot. And we met, and she always said, listen, whenever I get an opportunity, I'm going to make sure I give back to the comics that motivated me and protected me and helped me on my way up. And she true to form, did that, man. She had this deal with Netflix and said, you know what, I did season 1, and this season I want to expand. Who can I reach out to that are amazing comics and can pull this off during a worldwide pandemic? And that's what we did, man. There's myself, Barbara Carlisle, Kimberly Clark, Aaron Jackson, Tony Woods, who many people are aware is Dave Chappelle's mentor, and my man Godfrey and myself, 6 comics doing 6 standalone specials under the umbrella of They Ready. And then episode 7, we have a wonderful after show where you get to really see behind the scenes and hear comedians humanize us. We kick it, we talk about our struggles, our triumphs, what makes us tick, how we first met Tiffany and how we affected her. I've gotten a lot of feedback since we premiered last week, and many people are saying that's probably their favorite part is not only the stand-up, but just getting to see us all interact, on stage, where we're sitting on stage. We shot at the same theater that Richard Pryor shot live in concert back in 1979.
Oh,
so
nice.
as a comic geek, as a comedy geek, when I found that out, when I realized where we were shooting, it's like Spirit of Richard was flowing through all of us.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. Now, a lot of folks listening probably got to know you when you spent a couple years on the cast of Saturday Night Live, SNL. That had to be just like a life-changing experience. It looked like you had a lot of fun, did you?
Oh, of course, man. I mean, that was like my still to this day, I'll say SNL's, one of my biggest breaks because, the show's been on, we're now in, year 46, and there have only been about 150 cast members on the show in nearly 50 years, and, to be included in that is just incredible. I mean, because, this dream for me started, when I was watching Eddie Murphy as a kid. I was a big fan of Eddie and everything he said, everything he did, and so when I saw him, I said, I want to be just like him. And then to wind up on Saturday Night Live, actually wearing some of the same wigs he wore, and then to go on and become the voice of Donkey, on Scared Strictness, has just been an honor, man. So it's been a great ride, man. It's been an awesome ride.
That's fantastic. Now, you've done things on the big screen, on the small screen, and of course doing stand-up comedy. Is there one of those areas, Dean, that you would say is your favorite?
You know what? They're all like, it sounds cliche, but they're all your babies. You love everything I've done. I'm such a fan of entertainment that whatever people allow me to do, I love doing in that moment. Whether it's SNL was a wonderful experience, and I look back on that experience fondly the same way I'm now enjoying the success of They Ready season 2, man. I dig stand-up especially because that's like the foundation, and as a stand-up, I am the director, I am the producer, I am the writer, I am the key grip, the boom mic, all of that, and I get to control everything that I'm doing on this. So as I think for me, stand-up is the foundation that everything else flows through.
You do an awesome job, and I'm excited for you for this opportunity on TV. It's Tiffany Haddish Presents They Ready. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us about it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today has been Dean Edwards, and the show, Tiffany Haddish Presents They Ready. It's out now. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Basketball players cover about 4.5 miles per game running back and forth.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. When you think about that, that is a lot of running. And
the refs, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many miles, probably the same, because they're running right alongside them.
They're running back and forth,
But basketball players cover about 4.5 miles per game.
That's insane.
So there's something fun to ask somebody when you see them today. Say, hey, how many miles do you think they run in a basketball game? I bet they won't guess 4.5.
That would be fun.
I would never guess. You doubting me? Thanks for listening to today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, Japan. A 275-foot Japanese submarine collided with a commercial ship about 31 miles off the coast of the southwest part of the country. 3 people in the submarine suffered minor injury. The ship is not believed to have been damaged really at all. So I don't know exactly what had happened there.
Right, that's insane.
Because, think about how big the ocean is. It's pretty big. It's like bigger than a couple of football fields. It's huge.
It's bigger than a couple of football fields.
I'm just saying, it's pretty big. The ocean is quite vast. And for them to just happen to pop up right at the same time that there's a commercial ship going there. And
that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd think they'd have some sort of sonar
radar.
Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how all this stuff works, but this is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Valentine's Day was like over the last weekend here, and I got at least one romantic out there. And he's not necessarily a smart romantic. He's wanted by the police right now because Joseph L. Davis, who was going by the name Joe Brown with one girlfriend, he was using the name Marcus Brown with another girlfriend, and he stole some rings from one girlfriend to propose to the other girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
You following so far?
Yes.
The ladies both met him on the dating app OkCupid. Now, don't blame the dating app. It's not their fault. 2015 and 2016 is one of the stuff when they first met.
Right.
So
it's been going on a while.
It has been. But the rings that he stole actually belonged to that girlfriend's grandmother. You following all this so far?
Gosh.
So right now, he's a convicted felon out of Oregon and North Carolina. He's got some felonies there, and now he's in trouble in Florida as well. So not the smartest dude out there.
He's a loser.
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks for listening to today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by RedCrossBlood.org. Sad story here. A funeral home van with a body still inside of it was stolen. The driver went out and started it up at a convenience store, left it running when he was, going from place to place.
Bad idea.
But you'd think, who's going to steal
Yeah, bad idea.
a van with a dead body in it? But somebody did. It was a 2012 Nissan NV1500, left it running at a gas station. Somebody hopped in, drove away.
That wasn't smart.
With a body in the vehicle. Surveillance of 2 suspects, a man and a woman, they believe stole the vehicle. William C. Harris Funeral was displayed right on the side of the van, so they knew that it was a funeral van.
Funeral home vehicle, yeah.
And there was it was a hearse basically, because there was a body in the van at the time.
Okay, but it's not like the person first climbed in the back seat to see if there was a body. They just jumped in the car and started it and drove away.
It's just a bad idea. Bad idea for the guy to leave the vehicle, and bad idea for the people who stole it. And I feel really bad for the family of that body that's driving around somewhere. This is today's...
He got to go on one last ride.
Oh, boy. Today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time right now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready for this one today?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Desert Willow, Palm Desert, California. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
I'm going to say golf course.
Desert Willow is, in fact, a golf
course.
Yay.
Sweet.
Here's the thing. I had somebody send me a message and they asked me, what are we going to do if the place happens to be a rehab center that has a golf course?
Because that could be a thing.
His life mission is to find that, by the way. He said he's been searching the internet for it, so somebody's going to find one.
That could be a thing.
If you find that, you can submit that to me, and I'll see if we... Then Heidi will be right no matter what she says, right? Or would she be wrong no matter what she says?
I would be right no matter what I say.
I suppose. This has been Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And I think this is kind of a cool story. Alex Trebek's wardrobe has been donated to the homeless. And that's just a really neat thing. He was known for wearing really fancy suits.
Yeah,
you'd
he had
see him.
great suits. Yeah.
And they were donated after he's no longer on the show. He passed away. So it's a thing called the DOE Fund, DOEFUND. It's a nonprofit organization to provide paid transitional work, housing, and educational opportunities in counseling and career training to people with histories of homelessness, incarceration, and substance abuse. And there's a photo here with three gentlemen holding like the suits in the on the hangers, and a little thumbs up and a peace sign from one. The clothing will be distributed to those participating in the organization's Ready, Willing, and Able reentry program, and they'll be wearing these to go to job interviews. And then if they get the job, they get to wear it to go to the job.
That's fantastic.
The garments include 14 suits, 58 dress shirts, 300 ties, 9 sports coats, 14 sweaters, 9 pairs of dress shoes, and a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, there's no partridge, no pear tree. But there's a whole lot of stuff. And they say we're very grateful for Jeopardy and the Trebek family for their commitment to lifting up the most vulnerable among us.
Yeah, that's
it's just
really
a cool story.
That is very cool.
I've got a link to the story if you want to read the details, and you can see the photo of a lot of his suits, I'm looking at, like, they're all kind of like a grayish color.
Yeah.
And now that I think of it, I don't ever remember seeing him wear like a yellow suit or anything. They're all kind of the same.
Yep.
I suppose they have
yellow suit.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It could have happened. You making fun of my yellow
That'd be
suit?
a whole different kind of show.
No, I think it's really cool that they did that. I have a link to the photo, the story, the whole thing. It's at the bottom of the page in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. I got to go hide a yellow suit. Thanks for listening on a Wednesday.